Hey everybody, it's Noah with San Antonio's Finest Realty. I appreciate you stopping by, and real quick I just wanted to go over the process of buying a home. The first step is getting a pre-approval from a lender. I do have multiple lenders that I work with and I can refer to you, and you don't have to use any of them, or you could use all of them. It's kind of like searching for a good car payment. You can get multiple pre-approvals to see who gets you the best deal. That pre-approval is going to show you how much you qualify for, the payment, and then we also use that when we send in an offer to show the seller and the seller's agent that you're a serious buyer because you've already started the process. It also keeps us from looking at a $400,000 house when you only qualify for a $200,000 house. Next, we're going to start with the hunt. So I'm going to start up a MLS search that's automatic. That MLS search is going to send you automatically every single house that's in MLS that meets your criteria in the areas you specify. It's going to come to your email. Once you get that, all you have to do is click interested, not interested, or maybe, and it sends it directly to me so I can see what houses interest you or what properties. Once you find one or a few properties you want to check out, I'm going to send you a buyer's representation agreement. And what that does is that allows me to represent you as an agent and protects both me as an agent and you as my client. And then we're going to go see houses. I try to show between 2 and 4 houses each time we go out there to maximize both mine and your time. Once you have found a house that you know that you want to place an offer in for it, I'm going to go ahead and run comps to make sure that it's priced correctly, and then we will develop a game plan to negotiate an offer. I'll put together the offer with the numbers that you want. I'll send that offer in, and then we wait to hear back. Now, once we send in an offer, we could get a counter offer. It could be accepted immediately, but let's just say for the sake of this video, the seller starts negotiating, and that's where I come in. Obviously, I'm going to be going back and forth between you and the seller or seller's agent, and we're going to start the negotiation process. And that's where a lot of my experience comes in with negotiation, because I have done a lot of it, and I have saved my clients a lot of money. Once both you and the seller agrees on the terms after our negotiation and the terms are accepted, we'll get the contract executed, which means it's a fully signed and binding contract. Once that's done, there's going to be 2 checks that will go out. The first one is the earnest money. The earnest money is a check that's essentially like your deposit for the house. So let's just say, for sakes of this video, it's $1,000. That $1,000 goes to the title company into an account that the title company manages and holds. That's where your deposit goes. It sits there until closing, or if you use the contract and end up opting out of the contract during your option period, or a series of other events happen. But let's just say we go to the closing table. Once we get to the closing table, that earnest money will get applied to your costs like down payment, closing costs, and such. If you have a program that is helping you pay your down payment and or closing costs, and there's nothing for you to pay, you will get refunded that earnest money unless you opt to have it applied towards your principal or your loan. The next check is your option check. So that's a negotiated amount and term. So let's just say for this video it's 10 days and the fee is $100. That check goes to the seller, and what that fee is for you as a buyer to have the right to terminate or opt out, or you have the option to terminate the contract for any reason during that 10-day period. During the option period is normally when you get all of your inspections done. And again, I have 3 or so inspectors that I work with that I can refer to you, and you can choose to use them or anyone you want. And you can also get any other inspections you want done. If you want a licensed plumber to come out and check some plumbing, or a licensed electrician, or whoever, if you want your father-in-law or mother-in-law to come out and check the house, they can do it. Once the inspections are completed and you decide whether you want to ask the seller to repair some of those items or change some of the numbers around that satisfy you in lieu of repairs, or you might find something that is a real deal killer. So we're going to sit down and either type up a repair amendment and start negotiations on the repairs, or we can sit down, and if you decide to opt out of the contract, you can, because we'll be within that 10-day window that you've paid that fee for. That $100 or so option fee check. If you use the option, you lose that money because you're paying for the option to do that. If you don't use the option and we go to closing, the way I normally write the contracts is that option fee gets credited to you at the closing table. Once the option period is over and everything's good to go, whether repairs have been negotiated and or some numbers have been changed that you're satisfied with, the main thing now is to get all your documentation to the lender as fast as possible. Usually you have about 21 to 30 days to get all your documents in and get a full approval for your loan. But if you've done a pre-approval, then most of your documentation should already be in there. Also, at this point, once the option period is over, the lender is going to order the appraisal. The appraiser is going to go in and do a full report of the market value of your home. And assuming that the appraisal comes back good, then all that's left from there is to go to the closing table. All right, guys, I appreciate you tuning in and letting me talk to you quickly about the buying process. If you have any questions, my website is www.alamo-homes.com, and thanks for tuning in.